Hello, Tyson.
Welcome to Nick, Tys and Videotape. This is episode number 102 of Nick, Tys and Videotape. And I'm joined today by a very special guest, Katie Weston, returning after episode whatever.
I'm waving my hands in the air, but people can't see it.
No,
but
can't.
That's okay. They can feel it through the mic.
18 months maybe since your last appearance on the show, where we did a top 5 Leonardo DiCaprio performances.
It was so good.
It was good. It was
a good time.
It was a very well responded to episode, Weston. So we are very happy to have you back.
Yeah.
Today we're doing something ridiculous. I'm not sure how it's going to go. It could be an absolute shambles, but we will see. Today we are playing what I am terming. What I am deciding to call the Naughties Battle Royale. And we're going to do this, now that this idea is a thing, I think we're going to do this for multiple decades.
Yes, and I did suggest it to you as like a similar kind of idea during the week when you did ask me to come back on the show.
You wanted a grab bag of some
I wanted a grab bag.
That's exactly what you wanted. A grab bag of various things.
That's it. And Tyson has turned it into Battle Royale.
Yes.
There should be a theme song and like trumpets and like confetti.
Yes.
But we don't have the budget. So
I will find some free, royalty-free music that sounds slightly epic, and I will yell Battle Royale.
I know it's time for Battle Royale.
That's it.
Okay, good.
It's essentially what we're going to do. So we have 40 movies.
Count them,
from
40.
The decade of 2000 to 2009.
Yeah.
In a bowl. And it is essentially a Beyond Thunderdome situation where 2 movies enter, 1 movie leaves. For whatever reason, we haven't quite decided yet. That will become apparent as the game goes on. And until we are left with 1 movie, which is the ultimate Battle Royale champion.
Champion movie.
And look, what's fun about this is we can do it for multiple volumes for each decade. This isn't the definitive decade winner, although
it's pretty
maybe
good.
it'll be like we'll have like a Champions Edition where it's like all the winners from this decade.
I love it already.
Battle Royale against each other.
Yes.
So look, who knows how this is going to go? It could be an absolute shambles, but
that is the play of the day.
That is, and we're remaining positive about it. So yes, welcome to Nick, Tys and Videotape. As I said, episode 102. If this is your first time tuning in, you will notice that I'm not joined by Nick. I'm joined by West. Nick will be returning shortly, but we do have 101 other episodes where you can hear all kinds of shenanigans that we get up to. You can find us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. If you want to get involved with any of our social media stuff, if you want to download the show, you can find us on iTunes. It'd be great if you could leave us a review and subscribe there. Anywhere you get podcasts, you can find us. And you can also send us an email on nicktysonvideotape@gmail.com.
They're very friendly.
We are super friendly. We try to reply to everything that gets sent our way. If you're lucky enough, you might even get your email read out on the show, which is a treat.
Winning
I'm
it
sure.
live.
Treat for all involved. Very good. But this week, we have some very special friends of the podcast who have given our listeners a wonderful opportunity. So this episode will be released on Friday the 14th of June. Now, if by chance you happen to listen to this episode before Monday the 17th of June, which I think is the correct date.
It's my birthday.
Ah, happy birthday!
So instead of coming to my birthday, go and do this.
You can go do this. We have a very special offer from our friends over at She and the Others production company, which is a female-driven production house. They are trying to create content basically exclusively produced by females.
Awesome.
A friend of the podcast and my old boss at JB Hi-Fi is one of the producers or founders of this company, I guess you could say. And she was friendly enough to get in contact and offer our listeners a very special deal. Now, they're running a fundraiser, basically, in order to help get their first project off the ground. And they are offering listeners of Nick, Tys and Videotape a special 25% off deal. Their fundraiser is a screening of the brand new Men in Black international film. And that is screening on this coming Monday the 17th. I'm just going to find the flyer before I make shit up.
Now, this new Men in Black, that's the one with Chris Hemsworth in it, right?
It is the one with Chris Hemsworth.
Very good.
Now, if you just let me... Here it is. So, yes, it is on... come into focus, flyer. What are you doing? How am I meant to read this? Well, this is garbage. What?
We'll cut this part out.
No, I'm not going to cut this out. This is the best stuff.
This is the goal.
This is the goal.
No, he's trying. Listeners,
I
he's
am
trying.
trying.
He's sitting there flicking through
Here
his
it
phone,
is.
smashing it. Okay, he's got it.
So they're hosting a fundraiser for their debut project, a comedy web series called Life Camera Awkward, and they would require and would love some support with that. And so on Monday night, the 17th of June, you can head down to Hoyts District Docklands at 6:30 p.m. for a 7 p.m. start and see Men in Black International. And if you log on to their website, www.sheandtheothers.com/sales and enter the promo code Nick Tys, that's NICTYS, you get 25%
There you are.
off the ticket price. And that goes to a wonderful cause. She and the others who have been really awesome reaching out to us and are excellent supporters of the show. So head on over if you've got nothing to do Monday night. They would absolutely love your support, no doubt. And you get to see what is potentially an okay movie. I don't know. This movie could be rubbish.
That's not the point.
That's
the point
not the
is
point.
to support the girls.
That's it. Support the girls and support independent art. They will no doubt do some exceptional work. Weston, it's time to talk some trailers.
Talkin Trailer. Wait, can I just sing the
Well, I'm still going to play it.
You're
but
still
you
going to
can
play it, so
also
let me
sing.
do the precursor. So it goes, everybody's talking trailers.
I reckon
Something
you
like
might-
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's talking trailers.
So we're going to talk about a couple. Now, this came out a little while ago, but we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet because we've been on a little bit of a hiatus with the show. But we were very excited to talk about it, and I knew that you were obviously a huge fan of this, so we thought that instead of waiting for Nick to come back to talk about it, Weston, you do get the gold on this one. And that is It Chapter 2.
Slightly obsessed.
Yes, may I help you?
I used to live here.
Won't you come in? It's the least I can do. Is it like you remember?
Cleaner.
Well, you feel free to look around while I get the water boiling.
Your hair is winter fire. January embers. My heart burns there too.
There you go.
Thank you.
Now some music. I do apologize. It gets so very hot here this time of year.
It's fine.
Well, you feel like you could just about die. But you know what they say about Derry. No one who dies here ever really dies. But tell me, how is it being back in Derry?
It's good. Strange.
Strange? Oh, my. I had some cookies in the oven before you came. Stay right there.
I shouldn't impose. I'm gonna.
No, I insist.
Your photos are lovely, Miss Kirsch. Are these your family?
My father came to this country with $14 in his pocket.
What did he do, Mrs. Kirsch?
My father joined the circus. I was always Daddy's little girl. What about you? Are you still his little girl, Beverly? Are you?
This meeting of the Losers Club has officially begun.
We can do this, but we have to stick together.
Hello.
And off we go. Yes. Clearly slightly obsessed with that.
Well, you were incredibly obsessed with Chapter 1.
Well, yeah, because I have a thing with going to see I don't know what's the genre that we call this new type of
No, it's
horror?
just horror. We're not fucking around with... It's horror.
It's horror.
It's legit
but it's the
horror.
way it's delivered, though.
I don't understand what you mean by that. Horror
It's
itself is probably the most comprehensive genre, really, in terms of offshoots.
Sure.
So,
I specifically am in love with the juxtaposition of the old woman giving this terrifying smile, like it's the worst nightmare of terrors.
Yeah.
That just makes your blood go, holy shit. And they did that in the first one as well in the library with the old woman.
they did. It's very similar. It seems to be a trick of this director.
Yeah,
Andy
I
Muschietti.
love it. I love it.
He
Even more.
loves-
Sorry, go.
No, you're right. I'm saying what I think it's clear that this trailer is showing, and something that I think a lot of people really admired about the first film is his ability to fill the frame and to make it seem you're watching stuff, and it kind of pays to have a second and a third viewing, because I know what it was like for me. I watched the movie the first time. This is chapter 1. And then when I went researching online, found out all these other things that were happening that I missed.
Right.
And so watching it a second time was like, oh my God, yeah, I can't believe. And it's funny, maybe I didn't notice it consciously at that point, but I think I did subconsciously, because you were on edge all the time in that movie.
Yes, you were.
And trying to figure out what caused that. I think a lot of those choices were maybe what did that, even if you didn't notice them in that first viewing.
And I think those moments were so effective in the first film, which is why he's gone ahead and made the majority of the new trailer for part 2. Is it part 2? Part 2?
It's called
Chapter 2. For chapter 2, the trailer, 2/3 of it is a scene. There's no there's a little bit of montage, but it's a full scene, just encompassing that feeling of.
I love trailers that do this, to be honest. I'm really enjoying just the idea of just choosing a scene and letting it kind of speak for itself. It's a great choice of scene because it doesn't necessarily give anything away. We know what the plot of this movie is, that the adult versions of these kids come back to Derry to deal with what they've got to deal with. So it's not a spoiler. There's no great revelations. We just get a really good feel for the tone and for how fucking terrifying it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. And and I love it that it's completely so terrifying, but yet you can't help but you laugh because it is so terrifying.
Yeah, look, when naked old lady skitters off to the side, it's definitely worth a giggle.
Let me go get the cookies.
Oh, I'll go get the cookies. Not creepy at all. What is she? No one ever stays dead. Or whatever.
Not really.
Terrifying. What do you think of the adult cast? Do you like the way the cast is?
So good. Jessica Chastain, perfect. I love her.
She was the guaranteed one, I think, because she'd worked with Andy Muschietti before, and as soon as anyone saw this young red-headed girl playing, what's her name? Fuck.
In the first
one. What's the character's name? Bill and... No, it's gone.
It's gone. We'll get it back later.
I think everyone was kind of collectively going, oh, who would play a really good adult version of her? Jessica Chastain, who was in every movie for a couple of years, and now...
who's our guy? You have to give me names as well.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy from Split. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great choice.
Great choice.
Bill Hader is an excellent choice to be... Freddie?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
yeah.
God, we're really bad at this. What are we doing?
Probably should have.
I'm getting that thing.
You're getting it. But regardless, killer all-star cast for the adults, which is just it just tops the ice cream.
Beverly is Jessica Chastain.
Beverly, that's it.
And Richie, what did I say? Ricky.
Billy.
Richie. Bill Hader is Richie.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head that it's with these It movies. It's all about the tone. Director's name, please.
Andy Muschietti.
And so it's Andy. I'm so excited for the next thing he does after these It movies. I wonder if it's going to be horror.
I agree.
Psychological thriller, please.
Yeah, but I mean, psychological thrillers are essentially horror. I mean, this is horror all the way. Because I don't like. I think I don't like falling into that trap of horror being like a dirty word or making it seem like it's less of a movie because it's a horror movie. It's just a fucking great horror.
Yeah, but you're a horror fiend.
Not really, no. I like horror movies, but they scare the shit out of me, and I am a big baby.
I'm trying, because I don't like horror either, especially paranormal horror.
So you're trying to almost as your own defense mechanism, not call it a horror movie. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe, but I bit the bullet because when the first one came out, I went, all right, I'm going to do it. It's like looking at a roller coaster, really scary ride at a theme park, and like, I'm not going on that. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm going to feel sick. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to bang my head against the side of the rail thing. But you go, you know what? I'm going to go on it anyway just because I can.
I don't do that.
No, I know you don't. But that's how I felt when I went and saw it. And yeah, look, I screamed in the cinema a couple of times. And you know what? It was the best. And so this time I'm making sure Tyson comes with me to see part 2 because it was an amazing experience. You have to do it.
I haven't seen a horror movie in the cinema for a very long time.
Write in, listeners. Write in. Tell Tyson he has to do it. And then we'll talk about it.
Go, listeners. Well, it will get spoken about, no doubt. Nick, of course, huge fan of the first one and very excited. The show itself, we got very excited about it last year. 2 years ago, it was just, there was something about it. It really kind of tapped into a lot of people's kind of love for not only nostalgia of the 80s, Stephen King himself, and just very good horror movies. It all kind of meshed together at the perfect time. So I hope this backs it up, because it'll be disappointing if it's
really disappointing,
not as good.
But but again, one more time, the tone of the trailer is just speaking volumes in itself.
It's spot on.
It's spot on, and that's so exciting. And
it's good because it feels consistent, and I think that's the biggest problem that could have arisen, is that the different halves of the books are very inconsistent as well. But he seems to have managed to capture the same spirit. It's pretty widely known that the young part of the book is the better part.
Right.
So, I hope that not the flaws, but the somewhat lesser enjoyable aspects of the when they're older is managed as well.
So McAvoy and Chastain, big shoes to fill. Big clown shoes to fill.
Big clown shoes. Well done.
Well done.
Very good. Shall we move on? Because I'm concerned about how long our feature presentation is going to take. So
let's move forward.
Let's move on to the next trailer we're going to talk about, which is a space movie.
Indeed.
It's called...
I do like the space movies. It's called
Ad Astra.
What are you thinking about?
I do what I do because of my dad. He was a hero. He gave his life for the pursuit of knowledge.
Control, you getting that over?
It's crazy out there. There's fires everywhere and plane crashes. They're calling it the Surge.
Major, we have some highly classified information.
What can you tell us about the Lima project?
Its objective was to search for advanced extraterrestrial life. The ship disappeared approximately 16 years into the mission.
And the commander was?
He was my father, sir.
This might come as quite a shock to you. Your father was experimenting with a highly classified material that could threaten our entire solar system. All life would be destroyed. We're counting on you to find out what's happening out there.
I worry about you. I love you.
Please begin your psychological evaluation. As best you can, please describe your current mental and emotional state.
I'm feeling good, ready to do my job to the best of my abilities. I remain fully committed to the lawful completion of the mission. If necessary, I will destroy the project in its entirety. The Earth put its hopes in him. And now, its fate is on me.
We have a job to do. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is it AD Astra or Ad Astra?
Ad Astra.
Okay.
It's Latin.
Look at you go.
I did well because the only reason I know this is because it was in our most anticipated list when Nick and I did our most anticipated for 2019. It appeared, and it's because it comes from a very strong pedigree. And whenever you have Brad Pitt in a film, I think there is a certain amount of excitement.
Yes,
I know I get excited about him.
Yeah, I do
he's probably
too.
one of the along with Tom Cruise, he's one of the last remaining true movie stars. Him, Leo.
You put them in the same group?
I still feel like Brad Pitt is a legitimate movie star.
No, I'm talking about Tom.
Oh, yeah, no, he's still... I mean, he's not... he's not what he used to be, of course, but I don't know, man. That last Mission Impossible movie, that was something else.
That was something else. All right, but we won't talk about that.
But yes, Brad Pitt is a legitimate superstar,
Yeah.
and I think no matter whatever he's in, it you have to pay attention to.
It brings weight.
It does, and we have James Gray directing, who is a director I'm quite a fan of. Does
Past
a lot
movies?
of The Yards, We Own the Night, Two Lovers, I believe that was him. It's The Immigrant.
But this will be his first foray into space.
100%, yeah. He's had an interesting kind of career the last little while because he started off with very crime-centric family dramas, and then started building out into more kind of not richer, that seems rude, more expansive stories. Then last year he did The Lost City of Z, which was a world-trekking Amazonian adventure. And now he's gone to space.
Did he write the screenplay for this?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
He does write.
Ambitious.
So he, his ambition has obviously kind of taken off a little bit, quite literally. He did write it.
He did, right?
Yeah.
If we're talking specifically about the trailer, because I hadn't heard of this film before you said, Weston,
Sure.
Let's watch this trailer before, and I'm like, sure. And the first 30 seconds really hooked me in.
Yep.
And I particularly love, and this is not, a new thing, but I particularly love when, you're in space and, you see explosions and they're falling and there's no sound because there's no sound in space. And they, you have this immensity of catastrophe with no audio, and it just, it heightens the tension of what's going on. I love that.
Yeah.
That stuff. So that was in there first up, and that was great. And then he's falling to space, and the next thing, yes, we see Liv Tyler.
We do.
And then I started singing, I don't want to close
I like that we get a Liv
eyes."
Tyler speaking on a monitor to someone in space. Rehash. Classic cinema moments of the 90s.
Yeah. It kind of lost me halfway through. It just went back to a typical, we're going to save the world, you might as well be Matthew McConaughey kind of movie.
Well, yeah, so I'm not sure what the synopsis that I read back in the day back when this was, when I only knew the title and who was in it, and there was a small synopsis, and it was basically Brad Pitt is sent into space to recover his father, who manned a mission that disappeared years ago. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like the sound of that. This trailer seems to paint as a much more of there's something called The Surge, which appears to be a world-ending event of some description, and he has to go a la Armageddon. Go in and do something in space to fix it.
Yeah. And his father caused it because of some material that he was researching.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm less interested in that. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of I want Contact with Brad Pitt.
100%. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said Contact. I was going to talk about Contact earlier, but yes,
that's what I was kind of if they went strictly with, hey, you know how your dad went missing 20 years ago? We found a signal.
Yeah.
It might be your dad.
Yeah.
You're an astronaut.
Yeah.
Do you want to go and get him?
When they brought that up, I thought they were going to go similar path. I thought they were going to go, he's back.
Oh, and he hasn't aged a day.
That's right. Tommy Lee's back. And he now wants to take Brad back into space to show him what he found. That would interest me.
Sure.
But the way they've gone with it, we've seen all before.
We have seen it all before.
Just not with Brad Pitt, which is fine.
No.
But
I'll tell you what, it looks fucking great. The space footage looks incredible.
What's that Sandra Bullock movie? It looks
Gravity.
It looks similar to Gravity.
It does. And look, Gravity is one of the best looking movies of all time. So if you
sexy looking movie,
yeah.
sexy looking space movie,
sexy space. And so if you compared to that, I think that's a good thing to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I was very excited about this movie, and the trailer has not disappointed me in the sense. It just left me a little bit kind of like, that's not the movie that I was kind of hoping for. Still might be awesome, but I'm less excited about it now. We do have a special guest joining us in the room today. This is Penny the dog, who is wearing a Game of Bones vest. T-shirt, sorry. And so if you do hear a scratching noise at any point, listeners, that is Penny.
Penny's my third daughter, Schnoodle, and she likes movies. Also.
She does. Apparently she likes Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. She also likes, scratching the rug
apparently
during podcasts.
I really like scratching this rug. This is our new rug, Penny. You better be careful, darling.
Good.
Very good. Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
I was meant to tell you.
Where does it come from?
Yeah,
what are we doing? What is this AD Astra?
It's something to do with, it's like one of the...
let me guess, is it the original project mission that Tommy Lee Jones went on?
No, you're well off.
I'm well off. That's a good guess.
It's not a bad guess. So, the Latin is...
From the Latin.
Per aspera ad astra, which means... through hardships to the stars. It's like a NASA motto or something.
Okay.
So it basically the ad astra part means to the stars. I mean, what do you want, Weston? It's Latin.
Yeah, but they're trying to roll a shit in sparkles. I don't know.
How do you know that? Do you reckon they're like, oh, this movie sucks? We give it a Latin title, though.
100%.
Suddenly we're classy.
That's what I think.
Okay, fair enough. That's a fair assumption, I guess. Should we move on to our feature press?
Yes,
let's do it.
And now for our feature presentation.
All right, here we are.
Okay, right on.
Naughties Battle Royale.
Okay.
This is going to be extremely... this is trial and error, people. Like, we don't know if this is going to work.
This is a guinea pig,
This is 100% a guinea pig round. So we have, to reiterate, we have 40 movies from the Naughties in a bowl sitting to my right. I have not seen the 20 that West has provided. West has not seen the 20 I have provided. Apparently, we have no overlap. That was
our
thoroughly...
our
adjudicator, Rachel, has thoroughly checked, apparently. And there are no double-ups. Now, to reiterate the rules, we are not competing against each other.
No.
The films are competing against each other. This is like the ultimate version of a Netflix queue to discover which movie out of all the movies would you watch at any given time. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be which movie is better either. This is the finer points of it.
Yes.
I will accept some really obscure arguments as why one movie should beat the other movie.
Okay, so does it come down to which one would we watch?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I think the arguments will make themselves apparent as we continue.
This is like a mystery of like
So we will
life.
have 4 rounds, I believe. So we start with 40. That's
Yes.
round 4.
Yeah.
Then we'll have 20. That's round 3. Competing against each other.
Yes.
Hang on. Sorry, I went the wrong way. Round 1 will be 40. Round 2 will be 20. Round 3 will be 10. Round 4 will be 4. One movie gets eliminated.
Okay.
As like the extra.
All right. Yeah.
Round 5, there will be 2.
Okay.
And the winner will be crowned.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Whew, out of 40 of the Naughties.
40 of the Naughties. Oh, that rhymes really well.
40 of the Naughties.
I didn't think of that.
There's some killer movies in here, I have to say. I did thoroughly enjoy going through each decade. Or each year.
I'll tell you, I went onto Letterboxd by year and picked the first 2 that I saw that were of any relevance whatsoever.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. The first movie... I don't know if this is going to work. This is going to be ridiculous.
You're the rule master.
Movie number 1 in round number 1 is The Last Samurai.
Cool.
Up against The Last Samurai is 8 Mile. Eminem's 8 Mile. Weston.
Okay, so
initial thoughts. What do you got?
So when I think of 8 Mile, I think of Rabbit.
Hey, Rabbit.
Yes. It was Eminem's,
What's his breakout?
Breakout movie.
Yep, 100%.
I remember seeing it. I remember enjoying it. I remember what was her name?
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy was good. R.I.P. She was good. Samurai. I was about to say Tom Jones then.
And I want to be.
Just imagine Tom Jones in a fucking samurai.
Oh, yeah.
Samurai sword is not unusual to be a man. Tom Cruise as a samurai.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I think we need to put this down to two things.
Yes, you need help.
Now, Eminem would lose in a sword fight. But he would win in a rap battle.
Correct.
So which carries more weight, do we think?
Are we looking at the films on their merits?
We can. I mean, it's less fun. No, on their merits, I would go Last Samurai.
Okay. Yes, I would agree. Who directed Last Samurai?
Last Samurai is Edward Zwick.
Okay.
8 Mile is Curtis Hanson, R.I.P., who is also a highly esteemed director.
Yeah.
So,
if you were to tell me which one are we going to watch Western right now,
I would probably always choose Last Samurai.
Yeah, as would I. Okay.
Round 1 winner, Last Samurai. 8 Mile, we thank you for your time. I don't know where to put this one because Penny's going to eat it if I put it on the ground.
Okay. Next.
All right, the next two movies.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is fun. I like this. It's ridiculous. All right, what do we got? I have the musical starring Johnny Depp, Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. It's Sweeney.
Sweeney.
It's Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street.
Going against Castaway. You're fucked, Castaway. So we have two very different films competing against each other. I don't know what we're going to do about this.
So I always thought Castaway would make a really good play.
No fair. How would you get the actor to like appear skinny and bearded? Well, I suppose the beard's less difficult to achieve.
I don't know, just maybe fat suit to begin with.
Oh, fat suit to begin with.
Fat suit to begin with.
Very good idea.
I do theatre.
So do you envision like a sandy stage?
Yeah. But you need to still do like the what do you call it? The not the prequel, the prelude.
What would you do? What about the plane crash?
Yeah. It'd be like in Miss Saigon when the helicopter comes down.
Okay, sure. Clearly thought this through.
Yeah, but we need like a Rachel. Helen Hunt. Why did I think her name was Rachel?
Rachel McAdams.
No, Helen Hunson started that, right?
Helen Hunt's the wife.
So, because it's a great scene when he comes back and... Is that at the end? No, I'm thinking that's at the end of the movie when he returns, right? And she's like...
He does return at the end.
Yeah, like they're in the kitchen and she's like, I'm married now with like a life. I don't want you anymore. And it's like heartbreaking.
And he has the literal crossroads.
The literal crossroads.
Literal.
Yeah. But, there's a lot of iconic, I guess, catchphrases and images that come from that movie. Like, Wilson! The soccer ball that everyone knows and loves.
I have made fire.
I have made fire!
Is that it?
Yeah.
I think that might be it. All right, so that ends Sweeney Todd, though. Sweeney Todd, what's Sweeney got going for it?
Sweeney, it was a really good rendition. It was
a very decent film adaptation of an excellent musical.
And that's it. And for you and I who do the musical thing. And know Sweeney Todd, Stephen Sondheim. It was Stephen Sondheim. I would, when Johnny Depp was up for it, I'm like, yep, great. And
he was excellent.
He was excellent.
Yeah.
In what's the song that he sings with the...
These are my friends.
Yes.
All right, well, we need to make a decision quickly. What? This is Battle Royale. There are no rules. I would say Sweeney would kill Tom Hanks skinny.
Well,
with his
Tom Hanks
blades.
did a lot of hair, so
Sweeney would
shave him and then kill him and then put him down the chute and make pies, castaway pies.
Castaway pies.
Yes, Tom Hanks pies.
I think Sweeney Todd wins. Thank you for your time, Castaway.
Okay.
Next, we have to move.
No.
The next movie we have the global warming documentary, An Inconvenient Truth.
It was in the cinema. It was cinema released.
Cinema released. You're not wrong. Versus Zoolander.
Yes. Okay.
Right, here we go.
Well,
this is so
An Inconvenient Truth versus.
Okay, so we have Al Gore. Is he Al Gore?
Al Gore. Went for president, didn't quite make it.
Almost made it. Like as close as you can get.
But tried in other directions to save the planet by making films like this.
Yes.
And I say it in jest, but at the time, I remember going to see An Inconvenient Truth and coming out of that cinema going, fuck, we're all doomed.
Yes, it was very powerful at the time. Now
Yes.
it's kind of just like par for the course.
Yes.
Now I feel like we're also kind of, it's almost like everyone's desensitized to it, that now we're just kind of like, oh yeah, polar ice caps, the polar iice caps are melting, polar bears are dying. Like,
and to juxtapose that, you get
you're
a mocha frappa latte, frappuccino, and this is what is this? This is a center for ants. It has to be at least 3 times bigger than this.
At least 3.
At least 3 times bigger than this.
I would say
I'm at a day spa. DAEY day.
I think as much as Al Gore does really try hard in Inconvenient Truth to present a wonderfully informative presentation,
Zoolander wins.
I think it would only have benefited by having Derek Zoolander present the same facts. I think suddenly the world would be a very different place.
Would it be a Slashy award? You know, like as an actor slash model?
Exactly. Yeah.
So Al Gore was like a politician slash save the world type person?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if it was Zoolander and Owen Wilson.
A walk-off. It's a walk-off.
Doing a walk-off and having to decide the fate of the climate.
Just before we choose Zoolander as the winner,
yes.
Can you just do me an Owen Wilson wow?
I used to be able to do it really well.
Try it again.
Wow. No, it's not. It's.
I can't do it either.
It's not great.
Wow. No, I can't do it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Zoolander
wins.
Zoolander wins. It's in the computer.
Oh, God.
So many.
I'm sorry, Al Gore. I'm sorry, Planet. We do want to save you, but
we will.
You lose Battle Royale.
Everybody just needs to plant 100 trees next week, please.
All right. Well, we have what I think might end up being a chance for the final win.
Calling it early.
We have Return of the King, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Versus, a personal favourite of mine, and it's going to be sad to see it go so early, High Fidelity.
Oh, bless.
Oh, bless.
Is that a Naughties?
It is.
I would have called it 99.
No, it's 2000. Just sneaks in.
Right. Well, look.
In any other Battle Royale, I would give High Fidelity a shot. I'd give it a good chance to make it to like round 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Unfortunately...
It's John Cusack's finest hour.
Yes. The draw has fucked it, though.
Yes, and I have an affinity for Return of the King for obvious reasons.
Of course. It's like when you're seeded 7th and you have to play Nadal in round 2. You're just like, fuck.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
So Return of the King is
Nadal.
And
High Fidelity is someone else.
Yay,
someone
tennis.
who's okay at tennis. You're meant to know more about tennis than me. You're the tennis fiend.
No, I only know the good ones. So,
okay.
Yes, Return of the King won all the Academy Awards, and I was in Wellington at the world premiere of Return of the King. I went to the after party for the. I somehow snuck into the after party for the Return of the King world premiere in Wellington.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and met Dominic Monaghan, and I was like,
what was his name on Lost?
In Lost,
yeah.
That's not the direction I thought you were going to go.
No, remember, what was his name?
No.
We were obsessed with that.
I know, but not anymore.
No. No, that show was well and truly ended.
Return of the King.
Return of the King wins. High Fidelity, I love you.
That's it.
Sorry, you would have made it further if you had been drawn against something else.
Yep.
All
Go,
right.
Samwise.
Always bet on Samwise. For fuck's sake.
Tyson has a crisp white sheet of music manuscript.
Yeah, these are all written on manuscript paper.
Yes.
That's how cool we are. We have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is also probably a dark horse to go pretty far, I would think, in Battle Royale. Against, this is the...
Okay, go.
Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, they're both my ones.
Yeah, they are both yours.
Shit.
And this is probably the hardest one we've had
Okay, we
so
need
far.
to quickly... I know it's taking time, but we need to just discuss a little bit about both.
Yes.
So, Inglourious Bastards, I think, is my favourite
Tarantino. It might be my second, perhaps third favourite.
Okay, so it's still up there for both.
Yes.
One of the most iconic favourite scenes sticks out in there is that opening scene with
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph, thank you. You know all the names. That's why you do what you do. Yes. That's why we're here. Christoph, when there's no soundtrack, there's nothing. It's just the footsteps on the floor, and they're all hiding underneath.
Yep.
Like that's just so good, and just the tongue-in-cheek Tarantino. Whimsical nature of it, of just the juxtaposition of what's
You've got to
actually
stop saying
going
juxtaposition,
on.
Weston.
I'm sorry.
I'm keeping a tally. Third time already. We've been going for 30 minutes.
It's a long word. It's taking up time. So, yeah, Inglourious Bastards is excellent.
It is excellent.
And the whole subplot of the woman in the movie theatre, all of that stuff is so good.
Mm-hmm.
against
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
man.
Maybe the best kind of romantic drama of that decade.
It's a Kaufman, and it's actually in my top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah.
So I don't even need to discuss it. It's
You're going to go Eternal Sunshine. Oh.
It's because it was groundbreaking.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know there is at least one other Tarantino film in the bucket.
Right.
Because there is one that I have supplied.
Yeah. So we wait for that.
So maybe that one will make it through to further rounds, because I also am too big a fan of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind to ignore it.
It's such a
It is good.
sparkle of a movie.
Have you watched Synecdoche, New York yet? My DVD copy of Synecdoche, New York?
No.
Do you know where it is? That is the important question.
It is not on my person.
I would not assume it to be in your pocket.
As
long as you are aware of its location. Somewhere. That is not the answer I was looking for. All right, and so Eternal Sunshine wins.
Yeah.
Sorry, Inglourious Bastards, you went the way of high fidelity. In other circumstances, you may have won.
Clementine.
All right, next 2 movies.
Non-linear storytelling.
Yes, that is what they do.
It won Best Screenplay.
And so it should.
Yeah, it's Kaufman.
It probably should have won a few more.
It should have.
All right, we have a personal favourite of mine, but chosen by you.
Personal favourite.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, yes.
Versus... I just got another one of yours, so I'm going to try and get one of mine, because
yours.
Otherwise it's going to be uneven.
Battle Royale.
I actually just got the same one. How did that happen? I thought I went really digging well. No, this is another one of yours, but too bad.
Okay,
Pan's Labyrinth
Labyrinth
versus Lost in Translation.
Oh, I know which one I'm going to choose.
Are you going to choose Lost in Translation? You're going to maybe give away Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, just because of the way that movie made me feel.
I would be interested to know this, because I think that is.
You want me to elaborate?
Well, that's probably one of the better arguments. Is that if a movie made you feel a very particular way the first time you saw it, then that feeling can't be ever taken away, and it means you always associate with that.
Well, I think it's a movie about escaping the norm and finding a different side of yourself, with the help of a stranger in a strange place, which is beautiful storytelling in itself, just that narrative. And I loved the fact that we all assume Bill Murray is going to be the certain type of caricature in all his films, especially when he does
what are you talking about?
No, I can't even think. Can you just hang on, I'm going to pause it right there. What's the movies that he always does with the black comedy stuff?
Wes Anderson.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, when he does the Wes Anderson stuff.
I'm leaving it in.
I'll kill you. The Wes Anderson stuff, it's black, dark comedy that he does so well, and then in his earlier stuff, he's just, dry humor stuff. But, Lost in Translation was the first time I was connected to Bill Murray as an actor.
Sure.
And,
I appreciate that.
And so some of those scenes, those solo scenes that he did by himself in the hotel room were heartbreaking, and you just felt for this guy. And because I'm sure we've all been there as well, just alone and sort of in the big world, and considering midlife crises, and well, not all of them. We're not quite there yet, are we, Tyson?
Well, soon.
But yeah, so it's and then the production values and the direction and the cinematography all in the was it in Hong Kong, or is it set in Hong Kong?
Yes,
I think so. But all the neon lights and all of the cinematography was beautiful in it as well. So
it's probably my most it's probably the Sophia Coppola movie I've enjoyed the most.
Of course, yeah.
And having said that,
now
Pan's Labyrinth is in my top 5.
It was so good. I only watched it properly recently.
Yeah. It is a movie that I love more and more every time I watch it.
Del Toro?
It is Del Toro. It is Del Toro's best movie, almost by a country mile.
By a country mile.
Yes.
And I love Del Toro as well, and that's why
I'm a big fan of his stuff, but I think it goes above and beyond. Like, I was lukewarm to Shape of Water, even though a lot of people really, really loved it. I've watched it a couple of times now and have still struggled to really connect to it.
I'm with you.
Whereas Pan's Labyrinth, I'm all over from frame one. I think it's beautiful. The score is stunning. The message is beautiful. The hopefulness in it, in the face of just these awful, awful circumstances, is exactly what I look for in a movie.
And the juxtaposition, ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
with the fantasy element as well.
Yes.
And also the shock value scenes.
Oh, yeah. It's brutally violent. And
Brutally
it
violent.
catches
And
you
I
off
was,
guard.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What are we going to do?
I will say that I have seen Lost in Translation just the once. And it is a film that I have no need to ever see again.
Great.
I liked it a lot, but I never need to see it again. I will watch Pan's Labyrinth at least probably 30 more times in my life.
Yeah.
So I will be voting for Pan's Labyrinth.
I don't know. What happens if we...
But
But what happens if we can't decide? Do we have to decide?
It's Battle Royale. 2 movies enter, 1 movie leaves. There is no choice.
Well, I like both of them.
Make your choice.
Well, what if I say Lost in Translation?
Well, then I will pull rank later at some point. I'll give you this one. If you want it, you get 1.
If I only get 1, I'm not going to use it.
Hey, nice. Pan's Labyrinth wins. The rules of Battle Royale are changing as we move on.
It's an organic process.
I think we do need to have allocate ourselves 3 vetoes. We get 3 veto power moments.
Okay.
You have chosen not to use yours.
I have
though,
chosen not to use.
which is
No
wise,
phone a friend.
Wise. We have Mystic River versus Blood Diamond.
Okay.
Ooh, this is a no-brainer
This
for
is
you.
a no-brainer for me.
So you're going to go Mystic River. So Mystic River is one of those movies that, similar to Lost in Translation, I saw the once, and I never need to see it again. Because it is just so oppressively depressing. Does not mean it is a bad movie by any stretch.
Won a lot of awards.
It did win a lot of awards.
I loved it and watched it multiple times. It was one of those movies I bought on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it for the performances. And then when you watch
It is very well acted.
very well acted.
But Blood Diamond
Marcia Gay Harden, so good.
has Leo saying bling bing.
Yeah,
What else you need?
I've seen Blood Diamond and I watched it the once and never need to see it again.
All right. Look, when it comes down to it, Mystic River is a better film than Blood Diamond.
Yes, it wins. Yes,
It does
Battle
win.
Royale.
It does win.
That's my
Although
game.
I never, ever, 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 ever need to watch that scene at the end of that film ever again with Sean Penn crying and fucking pushing through people. There comes a time in my life
want to see my dad.
where I've decided that I don't need to see movies like that anymore. I've reached that time in my
Why?
life because I can watch them once, but I will experience them, but I just don't think I ever need to see them again. I go to entertainment for different things.
Sure. You've progressed.
Maybe. Or regressed, if you will. Penny. Mystic River wins. Blood Diamond, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Next.
You don't confuse those piles.
No, the piles are well and truly clear. I am very responsible.
Okay.
Do you know why I keep getting yours? Because you cut yours much thicker than mine.
Yes, my writing was bigger.
So I need to find some of the skinnier ones. No, I got one of yours again. AI, artificial intelligence. I can tell you this is going to go to the pile pretty quick.
I had to put it in there.
No, fair enough. Against. Oh, I showed you. Ooh, The Wrestler, The Return of Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Bodes well for The Wrestler. So we have Steven Spielberg's kind of ode to Kubrick.
See, I knew that one.
Yeah, but very much a Spielberg movie. It's 3 movies. That movie.
It is.
It's
It
the
moves.
first movie is someone pretending to be Kubrick, and then the second movie is Spielberg, but he's drunk.
And then in the last bit, it's back to Steven Spielberg with kids and the mom,
Yeah.
and then the warm feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strange
Very
movie.
strange movie.
I do enjoy watching it. The Wrestler, I thought, was an exceptionally good movie.
That was his Mickey Rourke. That's his sort of comeback film,
Yeah,
right?
it was.
He had the face,
Well, he's had the
face.
face. Yeah, his face.
but
is
it was
fucked.
more fucked in
Yeah,
this because he was a wrestler.
oh man, you should see him now. Oh dear.
So Haley Joel Osment and Mickey Rourke were in the fighting ring.
Well, I mean, Mickey Rourke would murder him.
But Haley Joel
brutally.
Osment's a robot.
Oh, do you mean the AI robot?
The AI
How about
robot.
if Jude Law in
It was a
AI
yes.
had a fist fight with Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler?
Okay.
I'd still almost give the points to Mickey Rourke.
Right. Okay.
Because he'd fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? I was ready to throw AI out. The Wrestler is one of the only movies that I reckon in this pile that I'd be like, yeah, that can go.
I remember watching AI and was engaged the whole time. It was just strange. It was like a Kubrick film. It's just strange, but it's you know.
Let's go AI.
I don't think it's a bad film.
It's not a bad film at all. It's a fucking like
there was some
Frankenstein's monster of a movie, but
yeah,
it makes it more entertaining than 3/4 of any other movies that come out.
It was one of those movies that by the end you're like, whoa, we've gone on such a journey, and now we're in some weird kind of limbo dreamland. Underwater. The world has ended. We're like 500 years in the future. I don't know what's happening anymore, but we've got the warm and fuzzies.
We do have the warm and fuzzies.
With Frances O'Connor.
Yes.
You know, it had you the whole time. You just didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Congratulations, AI. You have moved through to the following round. That was a shock.
Place your bets.
Place your bets. I'm pretty sure it's going to be eliminated in round 2.
Okay. You know when I go, what is that?
Are you doing the serious version that's from like Planet of the Apes, or are you doing the fun version from like circuses?
Cable Guy.
Oh.
In medieval times.
Of course.
Jim Carrey.
I have here the found footage extravaganza Cloverfield.
Oh.
Versus.
Oh, yes. I remember that movie.
It's a good movie.
Was it? Yeah, go versus. What is it?
Chosen by Weston, I will reiterate, Rat Race. Oh, dear.
Rat Race, what a film.
What a film indeed.
All-star cast.
All-star cast. No, but like all-star early 2000s cast that have also been in TV shows. Like that was...
That's right.
Who I reckon, and I would hazard a guess, that if you went through the cast of Rat Race, you would struggle to find an actor that is still working consistently today.
Seth Green.
If
Whoopi
it was
Goldberg.
not for fucking Robot Chicken, would not have a gig.
Seth Green, Whoopi Goldberg, John Cleese, I believe.
Okay, I'll take John Cleese. That's a good, yeah.
But just
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, yeah. But just because I know...
Breckin Meyer?
Breckin Meyer!
He's not working. Poor Bracken.
And I will have to say that just because, you know, you're very wise on movies, and I know some things, but not all things, but this I know.
Yes.
Because Rat Race is a remake of the 1960s film It's a Mad World, which my parents made me and my brothers watch when we were kids.
Is it like it's not specifically a remake? It's just very.
It's the same story. It is. It's a remake. They're all going after someone's died and left money somewhere, and they all get brought together and they all go on the rat race to find the cash.
Yeah. Look, I have seen Rat Race. It irritated me, and that's probably the nicest thing I could say about it.
It was a rubbish film.
Cloverfield wins, I think, simply on the fact that it was up against Rat Race, which does not not continue.
I can't tell you one actor in Cloverfield though.
Lizzie Kaplan is in it.
Cool story.
Yes. Congratulations, Cloverfield. You won via process of elimination.
We have a winner.
You won like Stephen Bradbury. It's an Australian reference for any of our international listeners.
Can we just say Breckin Meyer again?
Breckin Meyer. What a name. All right, we have, okay,
next.
The Dan Brown adaptation, The Da Vinci Code.
Good choice. I was going to put that on my list, but no. Good.
Versus... Gladiator. Oh, my God.
Okay,
so two epics.
Da Vinci Code versus Gladiator.
Big box...
Use your words.
Big box office on these.
Look, I know if I pick straight away which one I would pick, even though it's
Gladiator.
It's Gladiator.
Yeah. Da Vinci Code is not a good movie.
Tom Hanks is not good in that movie.
No, Tom Hanks is so miscast.
Miscast. He's just poor choice.
He's a terrible choice but I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is probably my second favorite screen personality.
But he is not Indiana Jones.
No. But he's not even
he's not Tom Cruise.
Because if you read and I don't want to sound like a smart person.
But no, we wouldn't want that.
Because I've read some fucking Dan Brown. If you happen to read The Da Vinci Code, which everybody who travelled on a plane in 1998 did, he is not Tom Hanks. It is hideously miscast.
And he wears a suit the whole time.
Yeah.
Who wears a suit on an adventure like that? Anyways,
I don't know.
I know that
he's real smart though. He's like a
professor.
A professor, yeah. Langdon, Professor Langdon. Da Vinci Code, it's amazing how much better the book is than the movie, but the book is also not even that good. And so that's saying a lot about that movie. Gladiator.
We don't even need to talk about how good Gladiator is.
I hear people talking shit about Gladiator.
They need to shut the fuck up.
I don't get it, man. Gladiator's like fucking up there. Gladiator wins.
On the score alone, Hans Zimmer on the score alone.
Yeah, I have beef with Zimmer.
I was going to ask you if you wanted to go see him live in concert, but now I won't.
Yeah, do I want to listen to 3 hours of the exact same shit?
It's not the same shit.
Everything he writes is exactly the same.
It's powerful dissonance.
Whatever. The best score he did is Inception.
Oh, I would argue.
Would you?
Yeah. Not now, though.
Apparently not right now, though.
We're going to move on. We're still on round one.
We're still on round one. This is shambles. Ocean's 13 versus... Well, that's going to be a quick dismissal then.
Ocean's 13.
Versus...
Kill me.
Old School.
Oh, that's like that Old School, the movie.
Yeah.
I thought you could say Old School.
Oh, no.
Like, what movie?
It's the Naughties. They can't go too old school.
Oh, man.
So the frat comedy Old School with Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, and Luke Wilson.
That was a good movie. That was funny. I remember.
Or Ocean's 13, the second best Ocean's movie.
Where was the Ocean's 13 set? Was that the one set in Venice?
No, that's Ocean's 12. Ocean's 12 can fuck off. That's a legitimately bad movie. Ocean's 13 is not Ocean's 11, but it's still pretty decent. I would vote Old School.
Go for it. I'm not attached to either of those movies.
Okay. Ocean's 13, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Smashing through.
Frank the Tank progresses to round 2. All right, here we go. I honestly don't know if we're even halfway. I don't know what's going on.
We're going to keep going.
We must be halfway. From here, it gets easier, though.
My mum says hi.
Oh, hey.
My mum just texted, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing a podcast with Tyson. She's like, oh, hi, Tyson.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Yeah.
Mama West.
Yes.
All right, here we have this is probably a really great version of what I was hoping more of these would be like.
Okay, go.
We have on one side, on one end of the ring.
Can you be on one end of the ring?
Yes, on one end of the ring. The serious drama starring the one and only Dame Judi Dench. Notes on a scandal. On the other side. What do they say? In the other corner.
On the other corner of the ring.
We have the medieval / contemporary retelling. No, not retelling. Queen scored rock and roll medieval epic, A Knight's Tale. Place your bets, place your bets, place your bets. I'm going to say Notes on a Scandal. You can get fucked.
Wait. Hang on. Is it... Wait, hang on. Whoa. A Knight's Tale as in like fucking Heath Ledger.
Yeah. In A Knight's
teen
Tale.
Movie.
Yes. In A Knight's Tale, you get to see Heath Ledger joust to Queen. This is something that
Tyson, are you high?
No.
Notes on a Scandal is brilliant.
Notes, yes, but Notes
they
on
won
a
Best Screenplay.
Yes.
They
didn't. I don't care what you say.
They were all nominated for Best Actress.
They didn't think of putting Heath Ledger on a horse.
No, I'm not having
Queen
it.
music.
I'm not having it. Notes on a Scandal is... I love Notes on a Scandal. I know you're being stupid, but come on. You know I'm right.
Okay, if we're pulling the objectively better film card...
Yes.
I'm still not even convinced. But, all right, Notes on a Scandal.
Notes on a Scandal.
You won't last long. You'll be gone in round 2. I guarantee it.
Oh, Judi Dench is so good.
Yeah, but of course she is. It's Judi Dench. Now, we have... possibly what is... Oh, no, I'm putting them... That's not going to happen.
You can't do that.
It's my game. I can change the rules. I put one back because it wasn't fair.
All right, go.
Oh, this is fucking hell. These are tough. We have on one side... Now we have what is probably in the argument for 2 of the best films of the decade. Like, legitimately.
All right,
and we are now having to put them against each other. We just put through fucking Notes on a Scandal, and one of these movies has to go the wayside. We have, on one end, in one corner, we have Mulholland Drive. David Lynch's probably best movie.
Best movie.
On the other side, we have maybe the Coen brothers' best movie, No Country for Old Men.
See, they're both my films.
They are both your films. They are both exceptionally good films. I don't want to put either one of these away.
All right.
But rules of Battle Royale.
Okay, can we break the rules?
No. We can't break the rules. We can veto, but once a film has beaten... It's round robin rules.
All right, so let's do this properly.
Just because Nadal could have beaten somebody else
I know.
doesn't mean that he gets to go choose somebody else to play
he's
against.
Out of round 1. Okay, so No Country for Old Men when I think of that movie, it stands out for me as a brilliant film because of, again, the tone that Javert. How do you say his name?
Javert?
No, what's the...
Who are you talking about?
No.
Javier.
His performance in that.
Javier Bardem.
And that was almost his breakout. 2, 4, 6, or 1.
Oh, dear. Yes, very good.
Just the tension that he creates in this movie is something else.
Yes. I am legitimately riveted to the
core.
I cannot take my eyes off this film.
But
Mulholland Drive
it's a different beast, though. You can't compare them.
We can't compare them, but unfortunately we have to. So now it's time to go to sillies. Javier Bardem and his gas thing versus the weird trash can monster that pops up from around the corner. Because
Silencio.
Here's what I argue. Even Anton Sugar would shit his pants at the trash can monster in Mulholland Drive. If he was sitting in that diner and heard that story and then walked out and that happened to him, I reckon even Anton Sugar would shit his pants. And that is why Mulholland Drive
I'm happy with that.
progresses to the next round. Sorry, No Country for Old Men. We hardly knew you. All right, here we go.
How are we going in the bowl there?
It's remarkably still full. Are we sure we only put 20 in here? All right, now we have the James Bond gets his balls hit by rope, Casino Royale.
I love Casino Royale.
Versus Almost Famous, possibly also in the argument for the best movie of the decade.
Yeah, look, I put Casino Royale in there because it's my favourite Bond film and it's just got some kick-ass moments.
It does. It has some great moments.
Kick-ass moments. And I love Bond and I love Daniel Craig.
Is there a better moment in any James Bond film than Tiny Dancer on the plane? No. Almost Famous.
I'm with you, 100%. Almost Famous is a great film.
Tiny Dancer is actually probably one of the greatest moments in cinema. It is.
Whoa.
It is so good. I challenge anyone not to cry during that moment.
Slow down there, cowboy. Slow down.
We have... Ooh, this is a good one. I like this one. This is a great little battle.
Hit me with
in
your
one corner,
rhythm stick.
We have...
In one corner, put on the voice.
In the red corner, we have the out-of-character performance of Robin Williams in 1 Hour,
1 Hour Photo.
In the blue corner, we have the fourth and some would say beginning of downward spiral of M. Night Shyamalan. We have The Village.
Oh.
2 psychological thrillers that have their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yep.
One of which... I'm going to go to this argument again.
Mm.
One of which that I will never need to watch again. One of which I watch at least every couple of years.
Yeah, Village.
Yeah.
I'm a big Night. I was a big M. Night fan and watched them all. And The Village is almost my favorite before Signs.
Yep.
But again, it has its flaws.
Yes.
I put 1 Hour Photo in there because I remember watching it at the time, going, "Oh my god, this is like," it was something else, especially for Robin Williams. But you're right. I think I've seen 1 Hour Photo once and probably don't need to see it again.
No.
Because you get it once, you get it.
You get it.
You get
it.
it.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm down with
The
that.
Village, The Village gets better.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you. I think The Village...
Bryce Dallas?
Gets it. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah. Adrian.
Joaquin Phoenix, and he's awesome in this film.
Yeah.
William Hurt. Paul Robin Williams, who I absolutely adore and does an incredible job, but I'll be honest, I don't remember much about 1 Hour Photo.
I actually, I did a little bit of research on 1 Hour Photo before I came here, and it's
got the guy from Alias.
Yeah, well,
Michael Vartan?
Yes.
Who's the girl in that?
Connie
Nielsen.
But it pitches itself as a intense psycho thriller. Death to Smoochie.
Also Robin Williams.
But for the majority of the film, it's just a sad film about a sad guy.
Yeah, right. I remember distinctly one shot where his eyeballs explode and blood come out or something?
Yeah, just like the dream sequences.
Yeah. I remember those quite vividly, but I don't remember much else about it other than it's just one of those movies that it's like, yeah, this is great and this is a really interesting character
It was good for him. It was good for Robin Williams, yeah.
But for me, it's The Village because it's a bit of an underdog, and I don't like that people shit on it because
I agree.
I don't think it's the beginning of the end of Shyamalan at all. Mm-hmm. Lady in the Water is garbage, but I think The Village ranks with the other ones if maybe not as strong, but definitely close to.
We have a winner.
Congratulations, The Village. 1 hour photo.
We hardly
See, we hardly knew ye. All right, what else we got? It is getting. We are getting through them. It's nearly time for round 2.
I thank God.
Round 2 is going to be much quicker because we just go dun dun and pick the winner because we've already talked about them.
Yeah, good.
Oh, this is possibly the easiest one we'll come up against.
Hit me.
On one in the blue corner, we have the sequel to Get Shorty that was garbage. Be Cool.
Oh, what garbage! What a random film.
And in the other corner, we have James Cameron's highest grossing film of all time, Avatar.
Right.
Soon to be dethroned.
Dethroned, yes, by
my boys.
But yeah, we didn't talk about that another time. I just put Cameron in there.
Just put Avatar wins.
Avatar wins for obvious reasons.
Be cool. We hardly knew you.
We hardly knew you.
All right, moving on. I don't know why I wrote that one down. I thought there could have been a funny discussion around that, but clearly.
Did it still have Rene Russo in it? Wait, give me a second. Rene Russo, John Travolta, Danny DeVito?
Yeah, I don't know how many of them were in the sequel. Definitely Travolta and Rene Russo.
Okay. Danny DeVito was in the first one, though.
Yeah.
And there was one more.
Gene Hackman. Yeah, Get Shorty is a masterpiece. This is an interesting one. We have in
the red corner.
In the red corner, we have the sequel to The Mummy, The Mummy Returns.
Good.
Stephen Sommers possibly jumping the shark a little bit. I don't think he's made a good movie since The Mummy, to be honest. And then on the other side, we have a really kind of little scene, but I remember incredibly effective shark tale called, not A Shark Tale, Open Water. Yes. This is a weird one. Open Water was terrifying the first time.
Open Water was a great film for, again, the way it made you feel.
Yeah.
What it did. Yeah.
I remember coming out and being, like, legitimately feeling like it was one of the better acted movies I'd seen in a really long time because I actually didn't believe they were actors. I felt like they went so naturalistic that I was
100%.
like, oh man, you guys are really just convincing as normal people.
Yeah, but and I'm one of those people that have, you got shark phobia, and because of the shark phobia, you go and see all the shark films, whether they be rubbish, garbage, or not. I went and saw The Meg. I went and saw The Meg, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm not ashamed about it.
Nice work.
Or 50-foot blue, big, deep blue.
47 meters down.
Yeah, that one. Or big blue shark, deep
blue sea.
Let's do that one.
Big blue shark.
So it was really nice when Open Water came out, and just the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Because that's how it would go down.
Yeah, and it's a short movie, which is like it's 70-something minutes, but it really does. It captures an experience. Like
they should make a play.
That would make a great play. And you know what? They could do it in a big
tank.
Like a big tank.
You could. Let's do it. Put it on.
Do we need cardboard cutout sharks down the bottom, or how would you do the sharks?
We'll get back to it. We'll get back to
just fucking put sharks in there. I reckon it'll be right.
Yeah, 100%.
Like not like ones that would eat humans. Like nice
blue,
ones.
like nice ones, like like dummy sharks.
The ones they make flake out of.
Flake sharks.
That'll be right. They're not going to eat anyone, are they? No. All right.
But Open Water was good, yes.
Mummy Returns, rollicking good time.
Brendan Fraser.
And CGI Rock, Scorpion
yeah.
King.
Yeah. Is it still the same?
Iconic.
Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons, but...
I love the first one. The second one, I can leave the second one.
Oh, this is interesting. Is Open Water going to make it to round 2?
Well, I don't think it's going to make it around through to round 3, but I would much prefer to watch Open Water again than The Mummy 2.
Done. Open Water. Congratulations. All right, what else we got now? All right, we have interesting. Two similar films in terms of their gritty action and thrills.
Oh, grit.
Yes,
like a bit of grit.
In one corner we have Constantine, the Keanu Reeves demon hunter. In the other corner we have the maybe worst sequel of the Terminator franchise, Terminator Salvation.
I think we're going to need to be silly with this one.
Okay. Constantine...
Hang on, can I just jump in?
Yeah.
I think Constantine should just win just because Keanu Reeves has come back into the foray of
Keanu Reeves never left, my man.
He's never left. But he's eating a bit at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's awesome. And he flips the bird to the devil, and I reckon that's pretty much conquers anything.
I'm down.
Terminator Salvation has Australia's most unimpressive export, Sam Worthington.
Oh, that's right.
Trying to act, and I'm not interested.
And we don't appreciate it, so therefore...
See you bye.
Constantine Keanu Reeves versus Sam Worthington.
Oh, like no challenge. Yeah. Congratulations, Constantine. You've made it through. Battle Royale! All right, now we have... Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a tough one. So in one corner, we have the other Tarantino film that I have entered myself, Kill Bill Volume 2.
Very good.
Against a movie that I unashamedly love and will struggle not to put it through because I could watch this literally any day of the week, and that is 300.
Okay, because that's one of my ones. Okay.
Kill Bill 2 is such a better movie. Like,
yeah.
miles, leagues a better movie. But I am obsessed with 300.
Me too. But I'm probably obsessed with it for different reasons. I just like watching it because all the guys get their shirts off, and it's like,
CGI abs.
CGI abs. And I love that. Is it Frank
Miller.
Frank Miller, thank you. Yes. Frank Miller does Gladiator pretty much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I fucking love it though. Like it's so ridiculous that I just go with it all the way. Kill Bill Volume 2 is legitimately a great movie. It might be my favorite Tarantino film. Like I jump between this and one other one. And it would be terribly sad if no Tarantino film made it through round one.
I agree, but it's 300. But look, Gladiator's in there. Which Gladiator, if we had to choose between 300 and Gladiator would
300 is like Gladiator on like
acid.
True.
And Gladiator's in there.
Oh.
So, but I'm
putting 300 in the it's going.
It loses.
It loses.
But the muscles.
This is Sparta.
This is Sparta.
This is madness.
But
so I looked upon the field of 300 Spartans.
Is Jared Butler. But is Kill Bill a better film than Inglourious Basterds?
Yes. I think so.
All right, you choose. Your choice.
Only because right now, if you put them in front of me, which one would I watch? 300 wins.
Yes! Sorry, Quentin.
Oh, I'm so mad. Poor Quentin. He's got screwed.
It's just Pulp Fiction wasn't
Battle Royale is not it's not
a director's game.
Mistress.
It's not a director's game.
No. We have in one side Paranormal Activity.
Oh, fuck.
On the other side, we have Gangs of New York.
Oh, man.
I have no qualms in this whatsoever. Gangs of New York is fucking great movie.
I love Gangs of New York.
Paranormal Activity is a gimmick movie.
It's not a gimmick
done
movie.
Well, it is 100% a gimmick, but it is done well. I will pay that.
It's one of those power of suggestion movies that terrified the shit out of me.
Yeah, but Gangs of New York is legitimately a good movie.
Is an actual film.
It's an actual movie, not someone who points a camera at nothing and just makes you freak out.
The Butcher. Didn't we do that last time in the last podcast?
We
did Bill the Butcher.
What's that bit where he shakes his arms really weirdly and he holds up the knives?
Daniel Day.
Yeah.
Can't remember. We did a quote. I can't remember.
We did do a quote.
That was a good game. Put it in, of course.
Gangs of New York wins.
Woohoo. Are we done?
And round one is complete. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's do it again. Ready?
Dun, dun, dun. Round two. The winners return to the bucket. No conversation required.
Okay.
It is basically we pick a movie. We have no conversation.
Okay.
All right, so we're on to round two. Round two is purely on instinct.
Yeah.
Basically,
instinct round.
We've just got no time. We just go.
No.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Round two begins.
Okay, here we go.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding,
Round two. First two choices. Sweeney Todd versus Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Okay.
You got to agree.
I don't want to use... Okay, so we'll clarify. Our three vetoes, we have to use them in this round. We have no choice. Mm-hmm. They are used in this round only. I was tempted to veto, but I won't. Zoolander wins.
Zoolander wins.
Number two.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
I'm going on instinct.
It's all instinct. Mystic River versus Pan's Labyrinth. I'm going Pan's Labyrinth.
Didn't we have those here before? No, we didn't.
I'm going Pan's Labyrinth.
Go Pan's Labyrinth.
All right, nice. Next.
Yeah, this is good. We're going well.
This is how we do it.
Yeah.
This is the round. All on instinct. It's quick fire. Bang it out. Bang it out.
Are you with us? Are you with us?
AI artificial intelligence versus Gladiator.
Gladiator. No brainer. No brainer.
Next. We have Notes on a Scandal versus Return of the King. Return of the King. We hardly knew you. Notes on a Scandal. All right, what do we got next? Old school. Old school versus Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
No brainer.
No brainer. I didn't. That wasn't even English.
No.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind carries through.
The second round's going to be hard.
The
third round, rather.
Third round is going to be tough.
Yeah, go. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Elimination.
Almost Famous versus Mulholland Drive. Almost Famous. Do you want to use one of your vetoes?
Yeah, I do.
Veto has been used. Veto called. Mulholland Drive.
Mulholland Drive.
Progresses.
Sorry.
Okay. What if we both wanted to use a veto at the same time?
You're the boss.
Tony Danza?
Tony Danza.
Hold me closer. All right. Avatar versus The Village.
I'm happy to go to The Village if you're feeling The Village. I've got a soft spot for it.
See you later, Avatar.
Yep, done. Good choice. Good choice. Good. Happy.
Next. Cloverfield versus 300. See you by Cloverfield.
See you bye. This is good. I like it.
I like this. This is fun. Open Water versus Gangs of New York. See you by Open Water. This is working out really well, actually. So far, I haven't had to use a veto yet. I'm not going to get to use a veto.
We hardly knew ye.
We hardly knew ye. Open Water. The Last Samurai versus Constantine.
Ooh.
I'm going Last Samurai. It's not a clear choice, but I'm going Last Samurai.
I'm happy. Yeah, sure.
Great.
I'm happy with that. I'm definitely not attached to Constantine.
Round 2 is over.
Okay.
We smashed that. Okay, so now we have... This is where things get interesting, because we have in my hot little hands, we have 10 films. So there will only be 5 winners. Now, when we pick the 5 winners, in order to make it make sense and fair to the one-on-one situation, one of these winners will be eliminated, even though it is a winner.
In our eyes.
In our eyes. They're all winners. Except for Rat Race. Rat Race was never going to win anything. It is a loser. So, we're on to round 3. Ding, 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 ding. So, now we can elaborate further on our choices.
Okay, yeah, we need to justify.
Yes.
Justify.
We can fairly justify. I will go out on a limb and say the 10 movies we have in here are excellent examples of movies
the
of the
Naughties.
2000s.
Yeah. Okay.
Our first
merit. We're going on merit.
So this is almost to the final round. Which one of these films will make it through to the penultimate round?
Yes.
We have Pan's Labyrinth versus 300. Now, here we go.
Yeah. I'm going on merit.
On merit, it is Pan's Labyrinth.
For me, yes. Although, yeah.
I hesitate to remove 300 simply for the reason that there aren't many movies that I would choose to watch before 300 because of how just ridiculously fun it is to watch.
I think I'm torn because we know what else is in the bowl, and I know I know the non-acid version of 300 is in the bowl.
It's still in the bowl and will be tough to beat.
Correct. So I'm down.
Pan's Labyrinth. You are the winner.
You are the winner.
300, we hardly knew you. No, we knew you well.
We are sad to see you go.
We are sad to see 300 go. Congratulations on making it through to round 3, though.
Oh, Danny boy.
The peeps are calling. Here we go. Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
This is bound to happen.
Oh, dear. So 2 films that I think would be a fair, final 2 are now about to square off against
This is like
each other.
Djokovic versus Nadal.
This is Djokovic versus Nadal. Are we on clay or are we on hard court? Gladiator versus Return of the King.
Oh no, Frodo. Oh no, Frodo.
This is...
Oh man. Okay.
This is where we need, audience interaction. If this was, a live show, a la Australian Idol, you could text one of these films to 131119 and you would discover we would get an audience consensus.
I think
I'm leaning towards Return of the King.
Oh.
Only because I just love those movies so much.
You know, I do too.
Gladiator, I thought, was a dark horse to win this, though.
Me too.
I honestly did think it was. Return of the King is a bit of a... It's like the one that's like, yeah, of course that's going to be there in the end. Gladiator was that one where it was like, oh, with a good run, it could have ended up as the winner.
But I think, like, but it's a standalone movie on merit itself, whereas Penny... Hello, Penny. She's got her old ways. Whereas Return of the King, you know, as a standalone movie, it's riding on the back of the trilogy.
It is dependent on the other three. Okay, here's the question: would you ever watch Return of the King by itself? Could you ever just chuck on Return of the King?
I haven't watched those movies in a long time, and you know, I was obsessed. We all know you. So you were all obsessed.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched them again in a while. And if I was going to, I'd have to watch all three. I
think that might be our answer.
Whereas Gladiator, you could just chuck on.
I think Gladiator wins.
I'm happy for Gladiator to win.
What am I doing?
And look, Return of the King won Best Picture. But so did Gladiator, didn't it?
Yes.
So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna have to do it.
Return of the King.
Sorry,
you made it. You. It was a very noble showing. You made it through to round 3.
Ooh.
Only the greats make it to round 3.
But it was a great Danny boy.
Oh, Danny boy. All right, here we go. And see, this makes me mad.
Funeral songs.
Yeah, this makes me mad because we've thrown away Return of the King.
This is the nature of Battle Royale.
And now we have
This is the nature.
Zoolander
Shit.
versus Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay. Well,
Zoolander. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
You've put in a noble effort considering you are a lightweight comedy with some very excellent funny moments in it. But it is your time to go.
It's time.
Eternal Sunshine, congratulations. You are through to the final 4.
Whew.
Well, maybe because one of them gets eliminated. Next, we have... Oh, interesting. We have a movie that many would argue should not be still in the running. The Village versus Gangs of New York.
The Village is in there because it's you and me. And we have soft spot for that movie.
We do.
But Gangs of New York...
So this is funny because these are both movies that I think people think are not great examples of their director's work, whereas I consider them 2 very good examples of their director's work. I think Gangs of New York is one of Scorsese's best, even though I know a lot of people don't enjoy it as much. I like Scorsese in that mode, like where he's just like really going for it, like huge, epic, like really kind of just biting off as much as he can chew. He's shoving it all in his mouth. And
does the Scorsese grit override the Shyamalan?
I think The Village, I think Village has put in a good showing.
Yes.
But it is time to say goodbye.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, Danny boy.
We can't get beyond the first line.
Way to go, Gangs of New York. Still hanging in there.
Still hanging in there.
I love it. And the last 2, before we reach our penultimate round, we have Mulholland Drive versus The Last Samurai.
I think it's a no-brainer.
So, usually, I would agree with you.
That's why I'm here.
Yes. The Last Samurai is one of those movies that I consider to be one of my favorites because it doesn't really get talked about the same way all-time classic movies do. I rank it beside like something like Gladiator. I think it's as effective, as strong a storytelling. I think it has... I just love it. I absolutely love it. There are moments in that film that chill me to my bone with like I'm just so moved by it. Mulholland Drive is fucking great. But I don't know what's going on.
But that's why it's great.
Yes.
Isn't Last Samurai just a Tom Cruise ninja movie?
He's a samurai. He's not a ninja. And if you want to... Isn't Mulholland Drive just a fucking, like, hallucinogenic dream about an actress? If we're going to play with, like, dumbing it down for the masses...
Yeah, but it's what you do with it.
If I still had a veto left, and I was allowed to use the vetoes, Last Samurai would be winning this game right now because I no longer have a veto.
Correct.
Mulholland Drive progresses to the next round.
Let's sing "Oh Danny Boy" properly for Samurai.
Oh, Danny boy. The pies. Oh, dear.
The pies are calling.
Thank you, Last Samurai. Well, we've said goodbye to some very excellent movies. We are now left in the Naughties Battle Royale.
So are we
with
going to
5 films.
So are we going to read out the 5, and we're going to choose one to get rid
of these films needs to be removed.
Okay. Give us the top 5.
The top 5, all excellent movies. We have Mulholland Drive, Gangs of New York, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Gladiator,
oh my God,
and Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh my God, they're so good.
Now, one of these,
we're very good,
unfortunately, is going to have to disappear. I am going to put my vote in for Mulholland Drive.
I'm happy with that vote.
Ooh.
I am happy with that vote.
Only because I feel like you can't argue for or against Mulholland Drive with these other films.
No, it's a different. It stands alone. It's off to the side.
It is. It's its own beast.
Correct.
And it only seems fitting that Mulholland Drive is the one that had to be removed, not through Battle Royale. It was not defeated. It was simply removed from the competition. Thank you, Mulholland Drive, for your time. That was sad. Oh.
I'm trying to think of another song other than Danny Boy. But
what about say it loud, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. That one. The funeral song.
It's too late.
Oh, it's too late.
When we die.
Oh, when we die.
Yeah, that one.
That one. All right, so we have 4 movies left. They're back in the bucket.
Oh, this is going to be really hard.
It's going to be very difficult, but that is Battle Royale, Weston. This is how it works. Ready?
All right.
All right, the first. So this is the second last round.
Yep. Okay.
So one of these films will be crowned victor of Battle Royale. First off the rank, we have Pan's Labyrinth versus Gladiator. I think I know where you're going to go on this one. Because
yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. You are correct. Only because I think now we're just arguing the merits of films. I think now it's just like this is all about the quality of the film.
Mm-hmm.
They are both exceptional movies. Pan's Labyrinth, I think, does not have the cultural significance that Gladiator has.
And the timelessness, maybe?
Maybe the timelessness. Correct. There is something about Gladiator that it is such classic
cinema,
Hollywood. It's
done well.
Yeah. It's the kind of movie that it will, in 50 years' time, will still be talked about. Whereas Pan's Labyrinth is the kind of thing that might be discovered and people will be like, hey, that was a really good movie.
Talk about it at film school.
Yeah. Whereas, yeah, you're right. Gladiator is like the Ben-Hur of our generation.
Yeah. Good one, Tys.
And it probably deserves to be in the final 2. Pan's Labyrinth, we hardly knew you. Thank you for your time.
It's too late.
It's too late. All right. And the other, which I can't even remember which 2 movies this leaves us with then. We have Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Slightly surprised it's still in the mix, to be honest. It's had a clean run. It's had a pretty clean run.
It's had a good, had
a good run.
It's one of the dark horses. Yeah.
Versus Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which has also had an exceptionally easy run, I would say. Barely been challenged. Barely. Was it up against Rat Race? It has not been challenged yet. Is it challenged now?
I know which movie means more to me and can I connect with more, and I would choose over, which would be Kaufman.
Yes.
Just for the groundbreaking screenplay and the non-naturalistic, non-linear nature of the film. It was brilliant.
And we should also give props to Michel Gondry, who directed it.
Yes.
Who I think did his best work when teamed with Kaufman. I think that's probably pretty clear.
Yeah. Whereas, we just talked about Gangs of New York before, and the storytelling and the production work and the direction, the grit, and all that. It's a great film, but it doesn't push the boundaries like Eternal Sunshine did.
I will say, Gangs of New York. If we were rating this on performances, when I look at the 4 that we had remaining, it features my favourite acting performance of maybe the decade,
Daniel Day,
which is Daniel Day-Lewis in this film. I just am floored every time I watch this of how great a performance
did he win
it is.
for it?
I don't think he did.
No,
because I think it was kind of smack bang between a few others that he won.
He did, yeah.
So it was a bit kind of like
my left foot.
Yeah, exactly.
No, let's go. Yeah, so I think
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I am with you there, was a film that I think I almost wanted to watch it immediately again after watching it. And it's made such an impact visually and emotionally. It does things that other movies I don't think have come close to doing. It was in one of our top 10 We Rank Stuff episodes. It was named our favourite film of the year. Nick and I both shared that as the favourite film of the year. So it's definitely up there.
Right.
I think it's time to say goodbye to Gangs of New York.
You can listen as well as you hear.
What else is there? Come on, there's got to be another. What's another funeral song?
Bette Midler's The Rose.
Some say love, it is a river. See you, Gangs of New York. Thank you for your time. Very impressive showing by Gangs of New York, I will say.
Hey,
very impressive.
So that means we've got the timeless, epic Ben-Hur of our generation versus the cult, groundbreaking cinema that was.
Yes. So here we have. It is our final round. Do you know what I'm singing? I'm also singing it is. I feel like it's Krusty the Clown's. I think if you just make that minor, it becomes. It ends up being just as intimidating.
All right.
So we have. Yeah, you're right. We have the if you want that example, if you want to say, hey, what is Hollywood cinema? What is epic Hollywood cinema? You go, oh, have you seen Gladiator? Watch Gladiator. That is epic Hollywood cinema to a T.
Done well.
2.5 hours, directed by a British guy, but it's still very much Hollywood aesthetic. It's it deals with all those things that it's tragic, it's thrilling, it's you're in tears, you're cheering, there's violence, there's all that kind of stuff, and it keeps you honestly glued to your seat for 2.5 hours. Or you have thoughtful, reflective, subtle to a degree, explorations of character, of relationships, of love,
and what a movie can do.
And and as a form,
yeah,
how cinema can differentiate from other things, because there are things that happen in this film that you couldn't do anywhere else. Gladiator might make an exceptional book, and you'd probably get a pretty similar experience, maybe. You probably wouldn't get that with Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Having said that, Russell Crowe fights a tiger. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Weston, where are you leaning towards?
I'm happy with that. There are the final two. Really super happy.
It's a good choice, yeah. Both your choices, by the way.
Yeah. But you chose random ones.
I did put some random ones on there.
I chose the big name ones, except for Rat Race. I think if we're going to choose a winner, it's going to have to be the G.
Are we doing this?
Yeah.
The winner is, ladies and gentlemen, of Naughties Battle Royale. The movie from, I believe, 2000 as well. Right on the cusp of the decade.
Yep.
Was it 2000 or 2001?
2001, maybe?
So right in the early of the decade, set a precedence and could not be defeated. The winner is Gladiator.
Win the $80 million prize. I think think it's a wedding
Maybe.
song. I got that wrong.
No, I've got nothing else.
You will always be beautiful in my eyes. Joshua Caddison, you will always be. You will always be.
Beautiful in my eyes.
Beautiful in my eyes.
Well, that was the Naughties Battle Royale. That was a fun experiment, Weston. Thank you for joining me on such a ridiculous concept. We started with 40 movies from the Naughties.
We predicted this.
And we did predict that the victor may have been Gladiator because it's hard to top Gladiator. It really is in every sense of the word. If someone says, "Hey, what's a really good movie?" Have you seen Gladiator? What's a fucking like bonkers action movie? Have you seen Gladiator? What's like a Roman historical epic with like sword and sandals and stuff?
Have you seen Gladiator?
Have you seen What's a movie where Joaquin Phoenix is a real son of a fucking prick?
There's a lot of those.
Have you seen Gladiator?
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because if the draw had come out slightly differently and it had been Return of the King versus Gladiator to finish, that would have been
things could have gone differently.
But that's the way the Grand Slam Tennis Open works.
That's it.
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw plays a part. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the Naughties Battle Royale. This has been Nick, Tys and Videotape. That was episode number 102.
Woo!
Woo, woo, woo. If you'd like to get in touch with us on social media, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Perhaps tell us which movie you thought should have won the Battle Royale, or if there's anything you'd like to see added to the pool for next time. This was completely random. We picked 40 movies at random. There are obviously many, many more movies that could compete for the title of Battle Royale champion. Why don't you chuck a few in the mix, ladies and gentlemen? And you can do that by, finding us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or emailing us at nicktysonvideotape@gmail.com. Don't forget to take advantage of that wonderful offer from She and the Others to go see Men in Black International next Monday night. So you've got a couple of days to claim that. Head over to their website, use the code NICKTYS, NICTYS, and you'll get 25% off tickets to go see the fourth film in the Men in Black franchise. Weston, is there anything you want to plug?
I'm doing an Alanis Morissette show at Chapel of Chapel next month. Oh, in August.
Why
not only I'm just going to be singing all the Alanis Morissette tunes. If you're into the 90s angsty Alanis thing, we're going to be doing all the songs from Jagged Little Pill and a whole bunch of others from our other back catalogue. Kick-ass band.
Yeah. And I mean, clearly you've demonstrated your singing talent across the evening.
I'm amazing.
And how do people find tickets for such things?
They're going to be on sale through Chapel of Chapel website next week.
Great.
Thanks.
And as for our show, we will. We have no idea when the next episode is coming or what the topic will be. But if you tune into our social medias, that's obviously the ones I said before. I'm not going to say them again. You will get the inside scoop. Don't forget to head over to iTunes and push that subscribe button, though. Weston, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.